Well, hello everybody, and welcome to a special episode of Derp Your Hooves. So today we are in the MD500, and we are in VR. And you might say, well, how do I know I'm in VR? Well, as I look around the cabin, I'm pretty sure that we're in VR. So, here we are in Japan, in the MD500 Derpicopter, and we're in VR, so let's get going. Now, I'm pretty sure, just making sure my mic's on, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to have a good time on this flight, and there shouldn't be too much stuttering. So, I'm pretty sure that I've said this before, that in VR, it is easier to land, and it's even easier to fly in VR, especially in a helicopter. And you might say, well, I don't understand. Why is that, Pony? Well, let me tell you why. Because you have the ability to look wherever you want, which makes it much easier to go where you want, because all you have to do is just point yourself in the right direction, and you're there. Now, flying like this, of course, would probably cost someone their pilot's license. But seeing as how we're in a sim, we can do whatever we want, and it looks like it is in the afternoon, headed towards evening. Now, I do have all of the traffic turned off in the sim, and there's a reason behind that. Because it just totally lags the sim, especially in VR. Causes me all kinds of problems, and then I just get really... well, I just kind of get in a crabby mood. Because my video gets all laggy. Ooh, just like that, where it skips. So we do have live player mode on, but I have the name tags off, because we are focusing strictly on us in this helicopter today, flying in VR in a higher resolution. Now, landings are easier in VR. And I'm guessing, again, that's because I can just point my head wherever I want. So, and I get a 3D effect because I'm seeing it through both eyes. And I'm not sure what it's going to look like for you guys, but it should look pretty cool. And we are going to have some frame skippage, I'm sorry. That's just the nature of VR, especially in a high resolution setting. And I've really had to crank this thing all the way up so that you get a really nice picture on your end. And not kind of like a 1990 Nintendo NES kind of footage, resolution footage. So we're going to go in here, and I'd like to say gently, but I'm not feeling gentle right now. And as long as we don't overstress the helicopter, we should be okay. And I might say, if you guys get motion sickness, well, this might make you exactly that. just a little bit. Now, to me, this looks like we are at the, I guess, the royal palace where the emperor used to be. Right here, right? And there's like a temple not too far over that way. It's got a big flowery looking roof. Lots of frame stutters. Sorry, guys. So hopefully, and I know I can be sarcastic in my streams, but I'm not trying to be sarcastic when I say this. I hope that if anyone has epilepsy, these frame stutters don't trigger it. Because there's really nothing that I can do about the frame stuttering in VR. And it is something that happens. Especially in a live player situation on a server like the West USA server where there's everybody playing and the sim is struggling to figure things out. And all this nerdy computer stuff that I just don't want to bore you with. But sometimes the calculator just can't keep up with itself. So I'm just going to kind of do some of this here for you. Try to make you puke. And some people might say, well, I mean, is VR really a worthy investment for the sim? And I'm going to say, so let's see if I can't kind of slow down to a hover here. Maybe for a second. Just so some people can see some things. So this is the product of an artificially intelligent computer program that takes satellite imagery and converts it into shapes. So here you have some buildings with, I'm guessing they were chimneys. Maybe they were air conditioners. Probably more likely air conditioners. But we now have like marshmallows on the roof over here. And this building was made out of plastic and it sat in the sun too long and it just melted. Yeah. But in case you're looking for some marshmallows, a little bit cooked for your s'mores, they're right there. So, yeah, it's worth it. I mean, because the higher up I get and the farther away I get, I don't notice all the little oddities. And I say to myself, I'm very happy that the state of the sim is so much better than what it was. Look at that gigantic helipad. And it's like, Pony, you have to land here, Pony. I'm enormous. How can you not land on me? Okay. If you insist. But I won't like it. And again, it's just much easier when you're using VR. I mean, that on a monitor would have taken some extra time because you're just not sure your position. Your eyes are like, what's going on? I'm looking at this. I don't know what it is about VR that makes it easier. So, again, we're off. And the landing light can go off. We always have to remember to turn that off. Because once you have landed and you've taken off, you really don't need it on. Okay. So let's find something here. As I look around, there's the Tokyo Skytree. That's a fun little thing to look at in VR. But should we get there the normal way? Well, look at that. Will you look at that? Every pony. Look at that. I mean, there's the Tokyo Skytree right out there in the background. You might say, where? Well, right there. It's kind of over there. I really couldn't point because I don't really have a hand in VR. We kind of just came through here, didn't we? We did just come through here. Very good. So, like, if I was, like, I don't know, what was his name? Well, is that, like, copyrighted too? Or trademarked from Blue's Clues? I mean, you could be like, what are we looking for? So, well, we're just looking for the Tokyo Skytree, and I know where it is. It's right over there. Right over there. The big pointy thing in the sky. And I've never tried to land on the freeway or the roads. And there we go. I mean, there's some more. See, now, there we go. So that's what I'm talking about. You're like, well, is VR worth it? Well, I don't know what these things are on the road. But no one's driving on that. I can guarantee you of that. And I don't know what happened here. I mean, like, this is like what horror stories are written about. And it's like, and I went in the building and it was all like crazy. And yeah, that's pretty crazy. So, you know, I mean, whoa. So from up high, I mean, all this looks really good. But from down here, on a pony level, I don't know what is going on. Well, so again, like I said, rest assured, you know, if we were living in the Matrix, then, you know, you'd know it. You'd see it right there. Tokyo Skytree. Right there. Oh, you want to get to it this way? Let's see. You think I can? Because I don't know. This is pretty narrow. And there's buildings all over the place. So you have to make a right or a left, pony. What will you do? Well, make sure you got your turn signal on. And straighten out. And oh, boats, every pony. That was something else that's really cool. So, and you're saying, what? Yeah, look, boats. There's all these really cool boats down here. Some of them have got water on them. Like that one. Where it's all... I don't know what's going on down here. And whatever this thing is. So, yeah... I mean, it's better than... definitely than the earlier versions of The Sim, but... But the lower you go, the more things like that you see. And, you know, you just need to learn how to deal with it. So here we go, Tokyo Skytree. And so you could see that something like this was obviously modeled in some kind of 3D modeling software. And then it was textured and it was built because you can see through all the little, you know, supports, I guess. Right? Because I can see solidly through. I mean, it's not a solid object. It is, but it's not. I mean, and they tried this with the Eiffel Tower, too, in Paris. That's another fun place to fly. I mean, you can see as I get up on it, you know, that this is clearly more than just Bing graphics and AI. This was done by a person. I mean, a computer, too, but this was done by a person. A team of people, but most likely one person. Could be had been an underpaid person. I don't know about that, but, you know, definitely this was done by a person. And, I mean, so you'd say, well, I mean, but is it worth it? Well, I mean, yeah, because you can have moments like this where you come up here to, like, the Tokyo Skytree, and you're just like, look at this thing. I mean, and I don't get the same view, and I really hope that when it comes out, when I put the video out for you guys, and you guys are looking at this, that you get to kind of see what I'm looking at. Because, I mean, I do. It just has, like depth to it. I mean, minus some of the small things that I can live with, like the circles. But, I mean, it has lots of detail and depth and stuff to it, so it's really well done. And we can descend. Hopefully it won't skip too much. And there's a couple other weird things that VR does sometimes, and you just say, well, like, what pony? And I'll be like, just stuff. But it's really cool. I mean, you get all of this. Should probably keep a little bit of distance. Like that, like it skips your view and recenters, and sometimes that happens. But I'm trying to keep some distance as I descend, so I don't smack right into it. And then it's like, well, what happened? Well, I wasn't paying attention. And then I hit the tower. And this thing's massive. I mean, look at the ground. Look at the buildings. This thing is nothing but just massive. I'm like a fly around a lamp. Maybe this is what it's like to be a fly. Anyways, and I'm guessing those are trains down there. Anyways, so this is what it's like to fly in VR. And this is what it's like to fly helicopters in VR. And I really, really, really think that I don't want to land on the roof of the apartment building that doesn't have a helipad. I really think that it's a good investment if you want to get more out of the sim. I mean, some people like building whole cockpits, which is also, I'm sure, pretty fun, and God, I hope I don't do that. I don't have the finances for that. But, you know, you can get yourself a nice VR headset, and then you can go flying around in the sim. Like this, and you can, you know, scoot through buildings, you know, like this, with ease. And land without too many issues. Hey now, was that a sail? Wait a minute, I think they have a sail over there. Wait a minute. I know that anime. Oh, no. Oh, I guess my Japanese is a little off. Oh well, I thought I saw something for sale. I was going to go pick it up. But so here we are. Dry. I'm guessing. Oh yeah, beer. Look. Dry Asahi beer. And flying over the rooftops. Too narrow. Very tall. Alright. So you'd say, well, Pony, where would you want to end this, flight for everybody? Well, I mean, again, I'm in Tokyo, so it's like, pick a helipad somewhere. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I mean, I don't know. Where will Pony go? Let's see. Here's an intersection. That looks like Tokyo Haneda down over there, doesn't it? I don't think that's what that is. Could be. Maybe. That's what it is. Well, we could just... Oh, no, that's over there. All the flashy things. So, my helipad is... It's over there! We don't have to land on another building. But there's like helipads everywhere in Tokyo. I mean, they're literally everywhere. But if that's Tokyo Haneda, then one of my favorite helipads or heliports is coming up right over there. You used to be able to get it on flightsim.to, but I guess there are some controversies around them right now with terms of service, and some people are pulling their stuff off. So, this is sometimes a reason why I make backup copies of things so that I have it in case it one day disappears. And I go, oh, you remember that I really liked that plane, but it's gone. So yeah, well, and I was gonna download it, but I just didn't have the drive space. And where does Pony get these helipads from? And not that one, because that's where we took off from. That's also a free one. That's not in the sim. So if you're looking for these in default by the sim, you're not going to find them. I have them. And I put them on a Google Drive for one of my live streams. One of my recent helicopter live streams, I took off from one of them, and I gave it as a window file. So if you guys want to live stream with me, I'm definitely thinking that on Monday nights, we're going to start doing some live streams. And I'm going to do a regular schedule. I'm going to put it out there for you guys, and you guys can join me. And if there's any special files, and I guarantee you that I scan everything for viruses. If there's any kind of special files, like we're taking off from somewhere, I will make sure that you can get it. And you can even virus scan it yourself and say, oh, it is safe. Pony does care. And I'll say, of course I care. I wouldn't hand you a computer file with a virus in it, knowing there was a virus in it. I'm not like that. I scan my stuff. So, there we go. Flying helicopters in VR. I hope you enjoyed flying with me. Landing light on. And we're just going to come in here nice and slow. And the combination of this and, my new collective that I just purchased to replace the throttles for flying helicopters. Really makes a huge difference in flying these things. Okay. But I still have a long way to go with some of it. So, there we are. Landing light off. VR. Helicopter flying. So, thank you for watching Derp Your Hooves, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the skies.